Hi, Pisces. I miss your face. I feel like it's been forever since we've seen each other, and I'm so sorry that you were last, but I was going in the order of the zodiac, which kind of sort of means that I probably should have put you first based on what Spirit told me like a few weeks ago, but yeah. So, how are you? I've missed your face. So I'm going to use a new deck that I just got in the mail for you. Just felt right. I figured, hey, the mailman bought it like right before I did your reading, then, let's go with it. So anywho, this is going to be a general read for the end of October going into November. So I don't have any specific intentions, just whatever that is in the highest good of you all, like whatever you guys need to know. I just set the intention that comes up, whatever that is. Then after that, I'm going to pick 2 oracle cards for you guys. If only one of each deck comes out. That hasn't been happening. And if you haven't watched the other readings prior to yours, I'm going to read your new moon message, which is a reading I was supposed to do earlier this month, but I got really busy and wasn't able to. And it's a seed to plant, and you guys can do that for the next new moon if you like. Or, you can see if you're in alignment with it, because usually, like, if you set intentions at the new moon, then they'll manifest by the full moon. So you guys can take and use this as an intention to set the next new moon if you feel like you're not in alignment with it. If you are in alignment with it, then that means it's a pat on the back. Or any other way, it could just be additional information. And for other signs, like, what's come up in, because these are like, we're out of the Taurus full moon energy now, but these were end of October and Taurus full moon readings. But I still feel like the information in it is helpful nonetheless. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into you guys' readings, because I got to finish my personals and hop into November. And these guys will carry you over until I do the generals for November, because the first readings for November are going to be love readings. So Spirit, please give us clear, indirect guidance for my Pisces people that I love ever so much, because y'all are so darn awesome. Dang, son of a gun. Clear, indirect guidance, Spirit. Anything that Pisces needs to know that will assist them on their journey, anything they're currently struggling with. Those of you who are hoping that this reading is about the thing that you've been grappling with. Anything that's going to serve their highest good, Spirit, and assist them in growth and transformation on their journey. Anything they've been grappling with, they need clarification on, Spirit. I thank you in advance, because I know that this reading is going to be the bomb.diggity-cum. You know what I'm saying? And what's not, or whatever. I think I'm going to send out an email today to the email list. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. Just hit me. I share everything with you guys. You're like my little ocean of secrets, Pisces. So we're going to do a central energy, a challenge, past influence, what is before you, what is above you, and what is below you. Pisces. All right, so present energy for Pisces is, hostilities. Goodness, that's interesting. What's going on with y'all? Who are you feeling hostile against? Or are people feeling hostile towards you? The energy I get from this, though, like, like when somebody ifs at you, you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody's looking, you're like, what? What? Huh? Oh, that's what I thought. Oh, uh-huh. That's the energy that I'm getting from that. I can't really imagine a Pisces being like that, but hey, the next card to challenge is the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel, not speaking your truth. Man, what's going on here? Oh, I get it. This is passive aggressive. What are you doing? All right, so it's passive aggression. So the thing is that you're not speaking up about something that's bothering you, so it's coming out as passive aggressive nature. So it's kind of like this energy is coming up to the throat, right? But for whatever reason, it's like you're holding back saying, so it may be someone who's crossing your boundaries or somebody who's talking to you any kind of way or something that's not really in alignment, or you not feeling like it's in alignment with your highest good, but it's like you're not speaking up about it. So it's like the person is... they could be doing anything. I mean, and this could be a work situation because, of course, this is general. So, I mean, this could be a love situation. It could be a work situation. It could be anything. But the circumstances are that a person is crossing your boundaries and making you feel extremely, like, uncomfortable or violated in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But you guys aren't speaking up about it for whatever reason. If it's your boss, I understand, because you want to keep that good government job. I feel you. But the way that you guys are handling it is not being direct and being passive aggressive, which is like a form of like indirect anger. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if a person's talking to you, you're going to pretend like you don't hear them, or you're going to answer them, like talk to them or text them back like one word answers, right? Because the intention and the hope is that the person gets the message, like they get the picture and they're like, you know, oh, Pisces is upset. Let me find out what's wrong, right? So that's usually our intention. But the thing is indirect communication or us trying to do stuff to give a person a message, that's usually the worst way that you can go about getting your point across. And the reason why is because you have to think about how many filters we're going through when we're interpreting information. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's something like, even with me, like in school, it's something that they break us down out of to be able to be like objective when we're listening to people, because I have to make sure when you're telling me about your life that I'm not, partaking in transference or counter transference, like me projecting people in my life onto you. And that's like an example of something I actually experienced at a job. There was a woman that was in a department at a company I worked for, and she hated my guts. Like, anytime I would turn paperwork into her, like, on time, she would always do mine, like, last. And I was like, I couldn't understand why it was she didn't like me, but it turns out that her husband had an affair. And the woman that her husband cheated on her with, ironically, looked a lot like me. So she... like, everything that woman did, she projected that onto me and didn't like me just because I reminded her of her. You know what I'm saying? And that's an unfair advantage, because it's like, I ain't about to steal your husband. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you're old and he's old and that's gross, right? But that's kind of like an idea of like what I'm saying. It's like we're filtering things through that. And these are things that we're often not aware of, right? They're not brought to the surface. Or we're interpreting things via our past experience, or typecasting people based on our experiences with them. So all of these filters that information has to go through as we're trying to process it to make a judgment about it, it's like this ends up being a situation where the other person that you're trying to send the message to isn't really getting it. Because first of all, they may not even know that they did something wrong. And this is like hypothetical. So not saying that the person that you guys are being hostile towards actually, didn't do anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? I mean, or the person that was hostile towards you or whatever. It's just the fact that it's misinterpreting, like, because, okay, let me go back to my original thing. So if they don't know that they hurt your feelings and that the way that you're treating them is reactionary to what it is that they've done, like it's in response to what they did to you, and they're unaware of that, they're going to judge your behavior singularly. So and this is something I talk about with married couples all the time. It's like, husband didn't take out the trash, so the wife doesn't talk to him the next day. So the only thing the husband is seeing, he's completely not even thinking about the fact that he didn't take the trash out. The only thing that he's thinking about is the fact that, okay, she's not talking to me and I have no idea why. Like, what is this for? So then he walks away from the situation and starts responding to her, but it looks to her like he doesn't care. Because it's like, wow, he didn't take the trash out. I didn't speak to him. And now he's still not speaking to me. So now there's a whole nother judgment that's being made in her head. You know what I'm saying? About his behavior. And the same thing with him towards her. So that's why it's so imperative that whenever, especially if it's someone close to you, or I would say even like your boss. I mean, I would present it in, more of a certain, like, say if it's like a change kind of behavior and, your boss just isn't a jerk. It's just like, if they're like, constantly riding you or whatever about something, if you just went and were like, hey, you know, I noticed that, you know, you've been bringing to my attention a lot of mistakes that I've been making. Do you have any suggestions, or, you know, what has kind of changed in my performance prior to then to now that's kind of making you notice, you know, these mistakes more frequently? You know what I'm saying? And more or less leaving it open-ended to give them an opportunity to explain, because they may clarify something that you weren't aware of. You know what I'm saying? It's like, well, these actually aren't new mistakes. It's like, we were audited and I went back for a 6-month period and realized that prior to the last 3 months that I've been telling you about these errors, that they've been going on for 6 months prior to this, and it's because of this particular reason. But it's like, I'm not going to hold you accountable for those because blah, 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 blah. Then, you know, and that's why I'm honing in on this to da-da-da, right? Because everybody communicates different. People have different teaching styles, leadership styles, blah, 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 right? So the whole thing is if you open up the floor, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, just kind of create the space to have a conversation to clarify what's going on. It's so much more in your service than assuming what it is that's going on, because there's the potential for being wrong. And, you know, trying to counteract, you know, like a perceived slight by someone by being passive aggressive isn't in service to anyone. You know what I'm saying? So past influence, speak your truth. What is all this chakra stuff y'all got going on? The 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. So, your past influence is the heart chakra. Oh, man. Okie dokie, lemon chokey. I love you, Pisces. Okay, so the whole thing is here, you are, yo. See, when I read this intention, this is that intention. I'm not even joking. With this heart chakra thing, it's wounds. It's like an unbalanced heart chakra, like an underactive heart chakra. So this is reactionary, y'all. This is like you know how the 9 of Wands is like the hypervigilance PTSD kind of card. It's like reliving a situation through other situations. You know what I'm saying? It's like how can I put it? So it's kind of like a person who's rebellious to authority, right? Because you had like a domineering parent. So it's like you abhor people who dictate to you. You know what I'm saying? So because the wound isn't healed from the dominating parent, anytime a person comes into your life, whether it's boss, partner, friend, whatever, if anyone ever says like a declarative sentence, like you just flip out. You know what I'm saying? Like, who do you think you are on some stuff? But I feel like because there's some wounding back here. So because this is a general reading, we're going to have to listen more to the essence, you know, and that's why I keep giving examples or whatever. But we have to listen more to the essence of this. So however this applies to your life. So if any way you feel like you're like energetically iffing at someone and being, you know, just, you know, short with them or whatever, or passive aggressive or what have you, the whole purpose of this is spirit trying to get you to look back to whatever this wound is that you're acting out of. Because it's more or less like you're being triggered. You know what I'm saying? And you are partaking in like transference because you're seeing this present situation as the past one, and it's not the same thing. You feel what I'm saying? So you're below energy. Man, all these chakra cards y'all got going on. See, that's the reason why, dog. See, I gotta just be listening. The strangest thing, and I've never done this. The closest thing I've ever done to this is what happened with Cancer. But legit, when I was dancing around the Incubus before I started y'all first reading that didn't record, whatchamacallit? Yeah, because I was just talking and the camera wasn't on. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh, it's like something in my spirit was saying, like, you should charge the cards with Reiki. And you should send them Reiki. And I was like, well, no, I don't want to necessarily do that. Because I was like, I said if I do, because I'm like, it's a whole ordeal, because with Reiki, ethically, you're supposed to ask for permission. So, because the whole vision I had of myself was me just like putting my hand up here, you know what I'm saying? So, but I was like, but why would I be led to do that though? You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't ever do that in my readings. Like, you know, but now it's like, this is the third chakra card that's come out. So there's some blockages that are going on here with your throat chakra, your heart chakra, and now your root. You know what I'm saying? So this is letting me know that this is like a wound past tense that's made your heart chakra. Well, I mean, it could be either or. You could be underactive or overactive. I would say more underactive, because when your heart chakra is underactive, you have a tendency to be a little bit more guarded. You know what I'm saying? But the whole key is dang, this is crazy. Maybe, I'm not even going to say maybe. It was meant for that reading to not record. Because, see, that first reading that I was doing was in a whole nother direction than this was. The other reading was more centralized around like a woman and like a dude or whatever. But with this one, dog, like, this is literally like what it is I wrote for y'all at the beginning of the month. Because this, like, when you have issues with your root chakra, that's issues of like not insecurity in the sense of like, oh, I'm insecure, but insecurity in the sense that you don't feel safe. Like, you feel like you're like you don't have a stable foundation to stand on. And that usually goes back to, like, you know, childhood stuff. Y'all know I was going to say it. Childhood stuff where, you know, the home environment where it's like a lot of fighting or whatever the case may be. But it's just never really feeling safe and always feeling on guard and the need to protect oneself. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what's causing all of this. So it's like the vibe that I'm getting is, in your household, it was like all of this chaos was going on, but the family vow was, we don't say anything about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is happening, but we don't talk about it. Don't tell nobody outside of this house what's going on in this house, type of thing. So then it becomes this duality of being in this chaotic home environment where you're not able to trust like parental figures or people in your life or whatever. Or, you know, lights are constantly getting turned off, or there's not food in the house, or, you know, because, I mean, it could be a myriad of different reasons why you didn't feel safe, right? It could be a myriad. It could be a parent that's, you know, an addict, whatever. It could be anything. But the key is that you don't feel safe, you don't feel protected, and you feel this sense where, you know, if I don't take care of me, like, nobody will on some stuff. So it's almost having to have parented yourself on some stuff, right? Which is the reason why this passive aggression and this, like, you know, ifing type of energy, like, you know, kind of, there's a word for that. I just can't think of the word. Like, the word for when a person ifs at a person. Is it hairpin trigger? Something like that. But anyway, but that's the reason why this is like you're reacting this way. It's all energetic issues. But I feel like the whole thing is that Spirit is kind of pointing to is the lack of speaking up as a byproduct of the conditioning that said, I don't speak up when I'm wrongfully treated because I'm not supposed to. That's not my right. So you kind of channel that energy in another way to release it, and that coping mechanism has become passive aggression. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, saying stuff under your breath, or, you know, intentionally, like, kind of sabotaging things. Like, if you were at work and your boss asked you to do something, it's like you're not going to immediately jump on it. You're going to go do something else first. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, just making little comments and things of the sort, right? So your above energy is walking away. So this is what you guys are thinking about. You guys are thinking about leaving all of this behind and kind of like starting fresh. But the thing I feel compelled to tell you is that wherever you go, there you are. You feel what I'm saying? So it's a little bit of projection in the sense that the chaos that you're feeling is not the, and I'm treading lightly when I say this, because I can say like it's not the people, but it is, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? It's more or less needing to take personal responsibility for how you're showing up. And I'm glad this kind of passive aggressive energy came in, because this is a perfect dichotomy of what I or what anyone else means when they say that, like this whole mirror type of thing. It's like the key is here, a person can be an a-hole. They're an a-hole. That's what they're doing. That's how they're showing up in life, right? But how you're showing up in life is how you're showing up in life. In this specific case, it's passive aggressive, right? So if a person is showing up as an a-hole and you're showing up as passive aggressive, this is where it is that both people are at fault. It's not right to be an a-hole. It's not right to, and I'm saying that loosely because we're not talking about like moralistic right or wrong type of thing, but saying like what's in service to you. Like this person's being an a-hole, you're being passive aggressive, and now this is causing more negative energy. You're receiving negative energy from them, you're internalizing it, and now you're putting out negative energy into the world, right? So now it becomes this consistent cycle. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like this need to want to defend yourself in a way that you couldn't defend yourself back then. And because that's unfinished business, this is what I'm putting my therapist hat on, hashtag Gestalt. Because this is unfinished business. As a child, you could not defend yourself. So now there's this need for vindication. There's the need to defend myself in a way I was never able to before. This is a subconscious process. So what does this create? I draw to me what I'm vibrating at. If I have a need to defend myself because that's something like a wound I haven't healed yet, I'm going to draw people to me that I need to defend myself with. You understand what I'm saying? So this is how like we're all placating into each other's and our own pathologies in a sense, right? So now this person comes as an a-hole and now you get to defend yourself constantly. But where this isn't serving your highest good is in the fact that it's just negative energy that's being recycled and stewing, and it's around, and it's just conflict and low vibration and feeling unheard and nobody hears me and why is everyone doing this and da-da-da. And it's just all this spiral of negativity, and that's not serving you, right? So a part of you is thinking, and I feel like this is something you've always done, is when you find yourself in these environments, the thought is run. But the thing of what I'm saying is wherever you go, there you are, meaning that if these chakra issues or representations of energetic blocks and wounds, so to speak, if these aren't healed, then wherever you go, there you are. This situation will keep replicating itself over and over and over again, because this is like the universe's way of using other people and circumstances, other people's dysfunctions and little a-hole tendencies to show us us. If you can't outrun this situation, if things are not changing no matter where it is that you go, it's not saying you're the problem. It's saying there is a problem. Let me pause, take a look, and see how it is I'm showing up. You know what I'm saying? There's a time for analysis. Because like I said about one of my friends who says that they feel like, you know, their life is like God's comedy channel. And it's like, nah, dude, it's like spirit is not like, and I said that in another reading, like the Truman Show, targeting us out and just saying, I'm going to screw up your life just because I'm bored right now. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you see a repetitious pattern of everywhere you go, people are doing the same thing, you saying that these people are jerks or they're mean or whatever, they are, but that's not serving you at all. So the thing is that in every circumstance in life, we play a role in it. None of us are victims in a situation. You know what I'm saying? So it's the question of how it is that we are showing up. And I tread lightly with that. Thank you, Spirit, on the back end. Because it was like domestic violence. Right. I feel you. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother thing that is very different than what I'm talking about. I will get into that one day if you would like. You know what I'm saying? If somebody is hurting you in that way, shape, form, or fashion, because I'm just talking about people who are a-holes, not people who are like physical abusers, we can have a conversation about that. But that's not what I'm referring to. You feel what I'm saying? But I mean, slightly in an energetic sense, but like I said, I'll get more into that later. But anyway, but the thing is like you're thinking to run away, but the thing that you need to do now is face it. You know what I'm saying? You need to face what, and like I said, this is going to show up differently for everyone. But I mean, if this resonates in your spirit to where you legit feel like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to like rationalize it, like sit with it, dude. Like look at it, see what it is that's happening, the role everyone is playing, and get to the root of the problem, because you don't want to spend the rest of your life trying to outrun something when it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like being a magnet. It's like you're trying to outrun yourself and you can't outrun yourself. So the key is here is facing what it is that's going on. It's nothing to be ashamed of, because we all do it. Like, that's the name of the game for this life. Like, that's where, like, the heart of the whole twin flame debacle and everything. It's all about, like, spirit using, or your higher self, however you want to look at it, using everything that's right or wrong about us, that's functional or dysfunctional about us, to help each other heal. But it's like a lot of times we always end up internalizing things to continue to like self-abuse ourselves, of saying like, you know, everyone always takes advantage of me. I'm always taken advantage of. Why can't people see the good in me? I do so much good. And it's like, I feel you. You do. Wonderful. But it's like, but how is this happening? How is it that people keep coming in? You know what I'm saying? Are they knocking you out with some chloroform and locking you in a closet and then taking advantage of you? Or is this a collection of choices of violating my own boundaries, of saying, I don't like that this person does this, but I'm gonna let them do it anyway. I'm not gonna speak up about it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be passive aggressive to let them know, hey, inadvertently, I'm not really cool with what it is that you're doing. I'm just not gonna like literally say it to you, or make the decision to leave this situation or cut ties. You know what I'm saying? And process what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like just kind of sitting there and feeling at the will of other people's actions as if there's nothing you can do about it. That's not serving you. You know what I'm saying? More than anything else. I hope that makes sense. And I'm not fussing. Just get really passionate about things, you know. Outcome. Patience. I don't know if this says something about patience. Yes, it did. Oh, I can't wait to read that. Y'all just don't know. Patience. This, what I feel with this patience, is having patience with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Having patience with yourself, of the fact that you don't have to be hard on yourself. Like, I'm not saying any of this information for you to feel as though, like, another thing, like, I'm still messing up. Still not doing stuff right. Nah. It's like, change takes time, dude. I kid you not. And speaking of Pisces, I just told this to my best friend Pisces. Legit did. The other day when her and I were talking, I told her, I said, dude, I get why sometimes people don't want change. I totally understand, because it's hard. It's hard as hell. And it's a never-ending cycle. You know what I'm saying? It's like, once you start making positive changes in your life, then those positive changes are going to be pointing out all the other jacked up stuff you're doing. And now you got to go change that too, or else you're going to be feeling guilty. And then not only do you just make the changes, then you got to maintain them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, granted, it's worth it, but I mean, I understand why it's complex. So patience to me is showing up, because it's like I'm saying this, and I want to stress the fact that I don't want you guys to ever think for a second that this is something that's supposed to be done overnight, because it's not. You know what I'm saying? You have to go easy on yourself. But I mean, at the heart of the matter is, none of us are finished products. All of us are still, you know, a work in progress. You know what I'm saying? And I literally realized that in a dream I had when I was 19. It's like, I was super duper, and unless you guys know or not, but it's like I suffered with depression like most of my life. Like, I was literally like depressed as a child, right? And I felt purposeless. I felt worthless. I felt like I felt like me being on Earth was literally a waste of space. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even understand why I was alive, because I was like, I serve no purpose. I have no talents. I have no gifts. You know what I'm saying? So I literally made a deal with God. And I was like, either you tell me my purpose, you know what I'm saying? Or, I'm just like going to quit life on some stuff, right? And in this dream that night, I legit had a dream. The spirit's like, this girl, right? I look back down, I'm like, my bad. But in the dream, like a part of it, I was sitting in a desk. You know what I'm saying? And I never quite understood that part of the dream. But it wasn't until like maybe about 5 years ago, me getting clarity on that. And it's symbolic of, despite what I do, I will always be a lifelong student, which I see to be very true. So all those years I didn't understand it, but I inadvertently came into alignment with that energy anyway. It's like, to me, I'm a student of life. I feel like what I know and what I've mastered, that's what I want to share with people. But it's like I'm always on a quest to learn more, to understand more, to gain a deeper awareness, because I feel like information, especially like scientifically speaking, it's like a hypothesis is supported until it's discredited. You know what I'm saying? So things are constantly always in this continuous unraveling or unfolding, in a sense. So no amount of facts, evidence, statistics, nothing is static. You know what I'm saying? Because, and I learned that greatly from Gregory Bateson. It's just looking at things systemically and seeing everything as moving, you know what I'm saying? Living, breathing, and it's so many facets to so many things. So I say that to say that we're all learning, It's like, I don't think any human being, no one, like, you can know a great deal of information. You could have even mastered some content areas. But it's like we're all in a process of being students of life and should remain in a state of being teachable, of, knowing that we don't know everything. And I'm saying that for you guys, of the fact of, because I'm sensing that. It's like, I sense a person's energy who feels like you need to be a finished product, or you need to be somewhere, or a certain type of person by a time, and you don't, because like none of us know what we're doing, like everybody and their mama is winging it. And it's like, I hate to get that deep and like existential with it, but it's like none of us know anything. We're just making very, calculated guesses and judgments. But it's like no one has ever died and came back and been like, yo, so this is the deal, okay? Town hall meeting. You know what I'm saying? So the only meaning like that life has is the one that you give it. So if you're putting pressure on yourself to be something or someone by a certain time, that's unnecessary, dude, because everybody is unfolding it. And if anyone ever projects themselves to you as if they have it all figured out, they're lying, because don't nobody. Not even Yogananda. Well, Yogananda was close. Gotta say that. But he still went through some things. Got backstabbed by his best friend and things. You know what I'm saying? So my whole point is, it's like, go easy on yourself. Like, surrender to the process and just allow yourself to be all that you are, and know that exactly where you are at this moment is okay. You know what I'm saying? But most certainly, take a gander at how it is that you've been showing up, and take time on working on that. This isn't like a one-hitter quitter. And I say that with anything. On any discipline, every discipline that we all study, every book that we read, it's just planting seeds that are going to sprout and germinate over time. You know what I'm saying? But none of us can read a book, not even a person with a photographic memory, like my future husband, the character, Reed from Criminal Minds. But anyway, it's like, you can, like, even if you have a photographic memory, you can retain all the information in the book, meaning you can intake it and spit it back out, but that's not what understanding is. That's just memorization. Like, you remember the words that was on the page, but that does not equate to understanding the words on the page. You can just kind of spit them back out to someone. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is that understanding takes time. Changing takes time. Healing takes time. But the thing is that regardless of how long it takes, it's always on time. So go a little easy on yourself. Stop putting so much pressure on yourself, dagnabbit son of a gun. And I am kind of fussing. It's because I love you. Dagnabbit. Can't be having y'all out here like this. You know what I'm saying? Don't have me to show up. I'm not going to show up like that. I'm going to have a shirt on, you know. But I'm going to have my little high-low skirt on with my little sword. Go to bed for Pisces, dagnabbit. I mean that. Love your face. All right. Let me get your last oracle card, and then we're going to jump into this intention for you all. Let me get one card for Pisces. Spirit, one card. One card only. Whoa, there we go. First card is, surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. Yeah, dude. And what this means about beliefs, these are more core beliefs, which are a little bit more insidious and hidden. You know what I'm saying? Because typically when you think about like outdated beliefs is like, I could never accomplish something of the sort. I'm not XYZ, right? But I feel this a little differently, especially with these chakra cards coming up, feeling like this is something that's like very deep down. And the thing that I'm saying is, and you know, I jokingly say this sometimes, but just because of me feeling the weight of this, it's like, I think this would be a nice time to reach out to your local neighborhood therapist. It's nothing to be ashamed of. We're trying to get rid of this whole stigma thing going on. But it just helps to have an unbiased party to help you sort through things. Because kind of like this recycled energy that I sense, it's like, if specifically, if this is someone where you know that there's this theme going on in your life, but everything that you've tried and it's like you're still ending up in the same kind of cycle, that's when it's a good time to come talk to a therapist. Because when you explain your cycle, not necessarily saying it just has to be me, but I'm just speaking on, you know, being, but it's like when you come and explain this cycle to me, it's like as you're speaking, I'm chopping pieces off and I'm like, okay, here, 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 here. And then we're going to go by piece. It's like, okay, well, this sounds kind of like this. Well, tell me about this experience. Like, you know, how did this kind of play out? And, you know, what were your family dynamics? So on and so forth. So it's like being able to break things down so that we can remove kind of like that hazy cloud. Because when you're looking at something subjectively, it's like you're kind of, you know, spinning the wheel and looking at it from the same direction, but having someone to see that same spinning wheel from another direction, we can pick up on things that you can't see on the other side to kind of help you sort through things. You know what I'm saying? So this may be a good time to do so, just so, you know, you can get some clarity so that you can move forward. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hearing Hoobastank. Why are you running away? I don't know what that song's about, though. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. Yes, and I feel all of this is happening because you guys, all of us, that's something that has been coming up in all of the readings. Everyone is in this space to where we are coming into alignment with who we need to be around, who we really are, and living out our highest truth about ourselves, right? So it's kind of like this remnants of the last little things that have been holding us back for a great deal of time. With this full moon, we're brought to the surface. And it's like, look at it. Deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So there are people to reach out to support you. And I think now is an amazing time. Because I feel once you guys, and I'm not even going to say, because it's not even a thing about like, oh, you know, once I'm finished or fixed or healed or something of the sort, then no, just take a step in the direction. No one is a finished product, like I said. It's like, just start the journey, start going in the direction. And as you're in the process, like, everything is going to start to align. You feel what I'm saying? So don't be hard on yourself. Go easy on yourself. Dagnabbit, son of a gun, Pisces. I said I freaking love your face. So now we're going to get into your little new moon message, and I'm going to let y'all go. All these last couple of readings, this is exactly why I'm going to redo Aquarius. Everybody's readings toward the end were like 40-something minutes, and Aquarius's reading was like 15 minutes, and I honestly think that's my bad because I got an influx in private readings, and I've been doing readings like crazy, and I was trying to finish these so I could start on November, and I went back and rewatched that reading and was like, oh, no, babe. We not doing that. No, ma'am. But, because y'all know I talks a lot. For me to not talk a lot, something ain't right. It's tired. All right. So, for Pisces, your intention seed is objectivity and caution. Oh, this is going to be fun because my handwriting is just redonkulous. Okay, objectivity and caution. You know better than anyone what it's like to be overlooked, talked about, discounted, and taken advantage of. You learned long ago the importance of assertiveness, standing your ground, and being no one's doormat. Yet sometimes we may find things that once help us, if used in excess, can also become the same things that later in life hold us back. Is your current situation really what it seems? Are they really what you think? Have you possibly prejudged something or someone before assessing the situation or collecting all the facts? Am I being triggered? Did you jump the gun? It never hurts to take a step back to ensure we're not unfairly judging someone or a situation through subjectivity, projecting, or being reactionary. It's wonderful you've learned to stand up for yourself. Just be sure your assertiveness doesn't become hypervigilance. Keep your cool, go with the flow, and allow things to be revealed to you. And your mantra is, I am protected. This is so dead on, y'all. Like, for real, for real. So, it's like, this makes complete sense to me. Why that last reading didn't record. And I told it to my homegirl. Like, I told her, I was like, dog. I was like, maybe, because that's never happened to me before where it's just shut out. But I think it's because with me talking to my Pisces friend, like texting her, and like, you know, me being kind of back and forth getting set up and like texting her, I think I picked up on her energy. So the cards that I pulled out, I feel like it was more in alignment like with her situation or whatever. And so I'm kind of glad that it didn't record because, you know, I would not want, you know, to just make a reading about one Pisces and then, you know, nobody resonated with it like that. Had nothing to do with my situation. So I'm actually kind of glad that that happened, which is a weird, creepy Jedi mind trick thing that I said with Capricorn. I don't know, dude. I said with Capricorn, this has been a humbling experience for me because it's like the synchronicities abound with all of these end of October readings to where it gives me pause, and it just really makes me feel humble in the awe of spirit and the universe and just this interconnectedness with each of us, because everything I realize that it seems to be a block or seems to be a wrong turn or seems to be a detour or seems to be like the worst possible thing that could have happened to us is inadvertently the best possible thing that could have happened to us. Like, it just doesn't seem like it in the beginning. But when you look back retrospectively, you will see that everything in your life was getting you just to where it is that you needed to be. The only thing that's needed is a change of perspective. That's what all of this is taught me. But that has been your reading, my beautiful Pisces people. I'm going to see you guys in November for your love readings. But if you have any questions about this reading, y'all know y'all can hit your girl up because She Do Answers is up on the website. So all of the questions that you guys ask, I'm gonna, you know, put up a video answering you guys questions and what's not or whatever. And if you need a reading, all that is in the description box below, or, you know, shoot me an email, whatever the case may be. But I love your face, my dear love, and I hope that I've offered some clarity to you. If you need additional insight, holla at your girl. But I love your face, and I will see you sooner than later. Deuces.